Hi everyone, it's Nick. NmMindstorm here. So I don't do things on this channel as often as I once did, which is pretty sad because it's supposedly all I have to my name creatively. Which is really sad because I'm going to an art school, but where was I? I'm making this video to serve as a brief update, and I decided to do it in a completely new, original format. Man, I have to start pioneering my own content instead of stealing others' formats. But that's why I'm here today! To start off, I want to compare what I've done so far in my life to what I'm currently doing and what I plan to do. So forgive me if this gets a little bit emotional when I realize I haven't done anything. Let's jump back to 3rd and 4th grade, because fuck the first 7 years of my life. Sure, up until that time I'd been drawing and making cardboard sculptures, but this was the first time I actually began to create stuff. I was very much the Mario kid, you know? I loved playing and drawing all things Mario. In 3rd grade, I even made a whole world on several sheets of paper in great detail, and mapped out where the castle was, where the Mario Kart tracks were, and even Mario Bros. Levels somehow. I converted the 2D levels to 3D world somehow. Then, I had an even more dangerous idea. I wanted to make something of my own, so I created this character called Jack Flame. Long story short, I developed a whole universe around this character and came up with about 70 other characters, too. I even tried and failed to make a couple movies, and now that I remember, I actually tried something similar in the 7th grade as well. But back to 3rd and 4th grade for now. The reason I like these 2 years of my life so much is because it was a point where I didn't care about showing anybody what I was doing, such as posting things on the internet. Maybe I would show it off to my parents and be like, hey, look, Ma, I made a thing. Proud of me? I just like to make stuff at the time. That's the point. Jump forward to 8th grade. That's really sad, right? That implies that 4 years of my life went by without me doing anything aside from the usual drawing all the time. In 8th grade, I saw an anime. This is where it all goes south. It was called Unlimited Fafnir, and I became pretty hooked into it for the plot. All jokes aside, it inspired me to actually create or make something out of myself instead of just sitting around and maybe actually try to animate something on my own. I began using Blender to create my own character models intended to be used for this anime, because we all know that Blender is how you make anime. It just is. It goes without saying this anime failed. And it was probably for the better, as it taught me very early on that I would fail. In life. Also kidding. I hope. But it did teach me how to deal with projects falling through and never being made, and this problem persisted through freshman year in high school when I started the animation club. I did manage to crank out a trailer for an anime, and while it wasn't a full-blown anime as I'd hoped, and didn't make use of any of the 3D modeling I had learned by then, it was at least something I could finally show for those 2 years of my life, and I could feel a little bit relieved. That relief wouldn't last long, however, as I quickly began to work on yet another project. This time I swear I'm gonna make use of my 3D animation ability. I swear. I didn't. The project fell through and is sitting on my hard drive. It's also pretty sad, honestly, because I actually did a ton of work on it and actually finished about 6 out of the 10 minutes I had planned for it. Like I said, I still have it if anyone wants to see. That summer, I attended a summer program, the summer seminar at SCAD in Georgia, and was able to publish a little clip of my 3D animation at the time. It wasn't very good, but I had no formal training, and it was something for a change. By now I'm a junior in high school, and I haven't done anything at this point. I was also pretty bummed that all those, 60,000 skits I made on my YouTube channel and forgot to talk about didn't really get me or my channel anywhere, so I decided to make half a self-deprecating, half-serious song called I Want Views. Genre comedy. I had just discovered Bo Burnham. I Want Views actually did okay, and someone in my school who I thought would never talk to me even told me they appreciated it. After that, I made a second song called the Mountain Dew song, which by now has done even better than I Want Views. A good track record of actually making things was starting to form. I just had to think a little bit smaller than full-length movies. And so throughout junior year, I worked on a full-length movie with songs and video effects and terrible acting. But guys, I actually published it. Not only that, but I also made another song after it called Quit Before You're Fired. I was finally proud of myself, and all it cost was getting D's and F's in all of my classes, except English, and my GPA dropping 2 whole points, potentially ruining my future. Yeah, I did so much that year, I pretty much completely neglected all schoolwork, but it was fun. That summer, I went to a 4-week college program at Ringling in Florida, and met a pretty cool group of people, as well as realized that I like performing, so that's cool. On Monday, we decided to make a Waluigi dating sim game, I know, and we held meetings with tons of people, and that was fun. The game's in development to this day, and we've actually gone to a couple anime/comic conventions and presented panels. As for my senior year, I actually started to do better. I took mostly art classes, and my grades went way up again. I even worked really hard for many months to prepare for my senior show. I was the only one thinking about it in August when the show was in late March. I did a comedy act along with a song. It was inspired by two comedians, Bo Burnham and Tim Minchin. And while the jokes and lyrics were all mine and nothing was plagiarized, I was still just pretty much doing things that someone else had already done better. I needed to think outside the box still. The next month I spent making a diss track on Bowsette with a bunch of friends, and the same group of friends and I are now making this independent short film called The Banana Man, and I hope that does well. I may or may not also have another song in the works, but I'm done making empty promises. I promise. Oh yeah, and I graduated, and I got into school, which for a while didn't seem like an achievable task, so, it was fun seeing all the things my friends have done, too, and it is sad to see them all leave, but that's a bit hypocritical of me to say since I'm going to Florida. Soon I'm heading off to college. But if there's one thing I'd wish I'd done differently in high school, it is to have learned how to plan my time better and also not have been a dick to people. Yeah, I'm aware that's two things, but anyway, thanks for watching, and if you have any ideas of what types of videos you want me to make, feel free to tell me. I'm open to anything from speed drawing to making animated series, continuing with songs, and more. Just put it down below, and I'll definitely read what you have to say. Anyway, thanks, and see ya.